What's up, guys? It is Nofsky with Academia Audio, and today I'm going to show you exactly how I process my sounds using compression. Let's dive in. Alrighty guys, so that was the song in the project we'll be working in today. Also, this is a 7-part video series where I'm going to take you guys and show you exactly how I go about processing any sound, and today we're going to focus on compression. So in the last video we went ahead and did reductive EQ, and before that we did saturation, and this is where the sound was left off. So before we dive in and start compressing this sound, I do want to give you guys the overall vision of why the compressor is the third step in my processing chain. So first we started with saturation and distortion, which we know now that adds additional harmonic frequencies to make the sound more full. After we make the sound more full, then we use a reductive EQ to kind of shape the sound, dip out any harsh frequencies, roll off any lows, however you're shaping the sound, we do that with a reductive EQ. Next, we move to the compressing phase. Now the reason this is third in the processing chain is if we had put it before the reductive EQ, then we would have been compressing a bunch of frequencies that we were going to eventually cut out anyways. So by shaping the sound first and then compressing, we're able to only compress the sounds that we want in our final product. So today I'm going to be using the CLA 76 by Waves. You can use any compressor you want. I just really like the effect of this compressor. I feel like different compressors kind of leave their own touch or signature on the sound, and I'm a really big fan of the texture that this compressor adds to leads. So there's a few ways to go about this, and this isn't a video showing you all the ins and outs of a compressor. This is a video showing you how I use a compressor to process my sounds. You have two options here. You can either just kind of start compressing it on the default settings, or you can go find a preset that might have a texture that you enjoy. I'm going to go ahead and start with a preset. With this compressor, there's Blackie and then there's the Bluey version. I found Blackie is more tinny sounding and thin. Bluey is more warm and full sounding. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Bluey. I'm going to start with the guitar preset. Now by applying a compressor to your sound, all it's doing in a nutshell is it's taking those peaks and it's lowering them in volume to make your sound more consistent. Now the dangers of overcompressing is your sound isn't going to have any dynamics in it and it's going to sound really bland. So all we're looking here for is about -2 dB of compression. So all that means is that we are lowering those peaks 2 dB in volume. So we're going to look at this meter and we're going to start compressing until we're hitting around the -2 dB. So now keep in mind, anytime you compress something, the overall volume is going to drop. And when we're using a compressor, we're not looking to get a gain boost or a gain reduction. We're looking to just compress the sound. So after you use your compressor, make sure you gain stage your sound back to the original volume that it was before you applied the compressor. Now how we're going to do that is I'm going to go ahead and turn off the compressor. I'm going to press tab and I'm going to make sure my track is soloed, and then we're going to see the volume on the master. So we're peaking at -17.6. So now we're going to open up our compressor and we're going to adjust the output to get a similar level. So I found about there is an appropriate level to get it back to the original volume. So now I'm going to go ahead and A and B this compressor for you guys so you can actually hear what it is doing. So I'm going to first play it with it off and then I'll play it with it on. So you can hear how the sound just really is more consistent in volume, and it just kind of makes it feel a little more polished. Compressors can be very powerful tools no matter what you're working with. It really brings kind of that glue to make everything kind of feel a little more together and not off doing their own thing. Now, you do have to be careful using them. You can over compress a sound and make your whole mix sound very squashed, and we don't want that. We want a dynamic mix, but by using a compressor, it tightens everything up. That pretty much wraps up this video, guys. I hope this inspired you and made you feel a little less intimidated when you go about processing your next sound using a compressor. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put those down below. Also, if you do enjoy this song, all the sounds we're using are from our sample pack and serum presets. Definitely go check those out down below. Be sure to check out our next video where we will be taking it one step further with additive EQ to ending up with that professional processed sound. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. You guys have a blessed day. Peace. Didn't even know.